Hi, Dan Cohen here from Gear Diary, and on the site every now and then we'll get an email from someone who says, we read this review that you did of this product and thought you might want to take a look at our product because it's along the same lines, or it's better, or it's... Anyway, a lot of times we'll then check out those items, and sometimes they're really nice and sometimes not so much, and they were oversold. So we got an email the other day after doing the review of the Jewel iPad stand, and the email had to do with this case. Let me move back a little bit. This stand, not a case, but this stand, which is the miFrame. And we're asked if we wanted to take a look at it, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So it came, and this is one of those cases where the product was hyped in the initial email, and it is completely worthy of the hype. So I started writing this up, and I realized that this is the type of thing that it's going to... You'll be able to get a better understanding of what it is through a video. So here's the video. So let's just take a look at what's in the box. First of all, it comes in this really heavy box. I'm not super big on unboxing experiences, but when you get a box like this, which is just heavy duty and really streamlined, it says something about the product and how they're trying to position the product. And it's just this heavy duty box. Inside is the miFrame. So the idea with the miFrame is that it's a standalone picture frame, and at the same time it's a frame for your iPad that lets it become a photo dock, and it charges it and it syncs it, and it's really impressive. The picture that can be inside, it can be an 8 by 10 inch picture. So when you get it, there's this frame here. We'll put that aside for a second. There's the actual picture frame, which is here, and you can see that it has, you know, a dock here and the cord here for syncing and charging it. Let's put that aside for a second. And then the only other thing that's in the box is the stand. So let's take the stand, let's put the box out of the way, and let's look at how it actually comes together. So you have the stand, and you have the frame here. And the frame, let's just get it here. On this side, what you'll see is, if the lighting were better, you'd be able to see there are 2 notches here, and the 2 notches fit right into the base, just like that. Now, the thing that's really neat about this is that you also have the notches on this side and on this side. So you can take the stand and you can place it in this way, and if you do that, then you can have the cord running out this way. But if you want the cord on the other side, you can flip it around and do the same thing. And now the cord's coming on this way. So you have a lot of flexibility. The only way you can't set it is upside down, and there's really no reason you want to do that. So let's assume for a second that you have the stand like this, and you put a picture in, and there's this heavy plastic, and you put the plastic in, you slide it in, the picture's in there, and then you take the frame, and the frame like this just sits right like that. So what you end up with is, you know, really, you can see the reflection now, but you get this really nice picture frame. And if the picture that you're using happens to be in landscape, then you can just flip it around and go like that. And now the picture's in landscape, and it actually makes for a really nice frame. And Alana pointed out that it gives a shadow box effect. Where it really gets interesting is that if you take an iPad, this is a first generation iPad, and you just set it down on the dock, it clicks right in. You now have the iPad there. You know, not a big deal. We've seen this before. It's just a vertical stand that can also go horizontal. But then if you take the frame piece and you put it around, it looks awesome. I mean, it looks absolutely awesome. And then if you're doing, you know, video, we'll go to entertainment. Let's do this. Let's pull up the ABC player. It's now pulling up the ABC player. And, you know, if we start watching a show, let's watch this episode of Grey's Anatomy. And what's really neat is that you can still access the iPad's controls along the sides. You can actually increase the volume if you want.
The following episode is presented with limited commercials. commercials.
Now the problem here is that, as you can see, you're seeing it in portrait and the video's small. No problem, because all you have to do is take it, rotate it around, and now you get the video nice and big. And you have a picture frame iPad doing video thing. And you can control the volume just like this. It's awesome. It's just awesome. Let's pause this for a second. The other thing you can do is, certain applications look great, like Nightstand, which is a great alarm clock program. So Nightstand turns around and, this is, you don't get much nicer a desk clock than this. You can turn it around, place it back down on the base, and you get it in portrait. I really love this. I can see it really giving a new life to an old iPad. What's really kind of neat is that if the back of the iPad is all beat up, it doesn't matter. So long as the screen is nice and clean, it works beautifully. Now, what I've been wondering is, will it work with the iPad 2? And I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, so let's try that even on camera. So you pull off the front, and it stays in tightly, but it doesn't click in. There's nothing that holding it formally in. And then you pull this up. Now the glass that's on here is plastic, and I kind of was a little disappointed in that fact. And Alana pointed out to me that the plastic means that it's not gonna come in contact with metal, glass on metal, which probably would not be a great thing. So we can then take the iPad 2. Let's see how it goes in. The iPad 2's dock is at a slightly different angle, but it does fit, and it goes in. Doesn't seem to have an issue. And then we can put the faceplate right on it. And it's not quite as finessed as it is with the iPad 1 because it's sitting back. So if you put a bumper in, I think you'd be able to do that. Like this, it's perfect. Like this, not so much. Anyway, let's put the original iPad back in. With the iPad 2, it does work. I could see there being just either an adapter kit that they would release that would keep the iPad pushed forward, or very easily convert it so that they can have everything pretty similar, but it work perfectly out of the box with the iPad 2. Let's just take a quick look around the side, so you get a sense of what it is. So basically, it's the back plate, the holding areas, the iPad's in here with the plastic, the frame, and it just sits together beautifully. The company is a company that I've never heard of before, but I'm looking forward to seeing more products from it. It's called Striped Sail, and this really is one of the most unique iPad stands I've seen, and one of, if not the most artistically pleasing iPad stands that I've seen. Great job with this product. Really glad they reached out to us. We'll have the links to how you can purchase one for yourself. This thing is a keeper. This is absolutely a keeper. This is Dan Cohen for Gear Diary. Thanks for watching.